Hi, and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and today my guest is Greg Henderson. He's the Executive Director of the Sutherlin Chamber of Commerce. Greg, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You've only been doing this for just about a year. You came over from the banking industry, so what inspired you to take this on?
Actually, I was inspired by other people. Somebody had to feed the inspiration into me. They said, Greg, you'd be really good at this because you know all of these people, and we've got businesses that need some assistance, and we would like to grow the business, and you've done marketing things, so come on over. And I said, why not? Let's do it.
Well, and you're interested in trying to help bring more family wage jobs to the Sutherlin area.
You got it. We're being a rural community. I have 7,800 people in Sutherlin. The population hasn't changed much in many, many years, but the wages have gone down, the industries have changed, the economy, of course, has not been helpful.
Yeah, it's rough everywhere.
The whole demographic is different than it used to be.
And so someone who is a person with a career in the banking industry, that's much more advantageous than when the economy is good. So you're really able to lend your job skills to this position.
Well, it seems to be working that way. Absolutely. That was my hope, and that was what the intention was. But yes, a lot of folks out there now who are saying, well, now's the time to start my business that I've been thinking about for 10 years or 20 years. And okay, what do I need to do to get started? So we talk about business plans. We talk about the reality of being in business for yourself. So it works out very well that way.
So you'll bring someone in who's thinking of starting their own business, and you'll actually maybe advise or mentor them.
That's right. I've had quite an assortment too.
What are some of the types of businesses that are coming through?
Well, one that I'm having a lot of fun with right now is a rabbit farmer.
Ah.
He came to me. He's a veteran. He's 2 or 3 terms in Afghanistan. So he said, I've got to come home, want to live in the country. And he did an amazing amount of research about rabbit farming. We're talking about rabbit for food. And he found a couple of sources that said, if you can provide 10,000 rabbits per week, we'll buy them from you.
Oh, interesting.
That's a lot of rabbits.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So he's not up to 10,000 a week yet, but we're working on getting there. So it's a lot of excitement going into that.
Still starting and growing with le lapin. It's very popular in French cuisine.
Yeah, that's exactly, yes, that's right. A lot of people say, well, they think of thumper or something. And I say, no, it's not thumper. We're talking about something different than that.
And what other businesses?
Well, there's been a couple that are very interesting. It seems that quite often we have people coming in who have not been in business for themselves, but they know of something that they like to do themselves. And the old adage is, just because you like to make pies doesn't mean you should have a pie shop.
Not with my cooking, that's for sure.
I had one young lady that just finished a 2-year class in business, wrote a nice business plan, and decided that she wanted to have a coffee kiosk.
Oh.
She's had the right location. There's going to be a lot of customers, and she came to me and said, I need help getting a $640,000 loan so I can open my kiosk.
Oh, boy.
And after I picked myself up off the floor, we had a conversation about doing that kind of thing. And I pointed out a lot of things about traffic flow and cash flows and all of those kind of things. And it was a disappointment to her. I mean, she got an A- on her business plan in college. But it wasn't realistic. So unfortunately, I have to give bad news as well as good news.
But that's very helpful to someone. You don't want anyone to have any financial problems because of lack of good counsel or good advice.
Exactly.
And so then what are your long-term plans then with this position?
I probably will follow up with the consulting side with the individuals who are starting their businesses or wanting to start their businesses. I've had a number of them ask me to serve on their board of directors. I don't really have the time to do that, but it would be fun.
That's a nice compliment
to do that. It is. And besides, I need somebody with gray hair to put on the website. So, okay, now we've got experience. Because the first important thing you need if you're going to be in business is advisors. Because no one person knows enough by themselves to have a business. That's my rule of thumb. And I suppose there's some people out there that might disagree with that, but that's the way it tends to work out. And a diversity of people sitting on your advisory committee, not all of your brothers and best friends that you go hunting with. I started my own little consulting business on the side, and I have an advisor who's out of Boston, another one from Manhattan, one from Denver, another from Portland, another from San Diego and Phoenix. So they're spread all over the country, but they have a real diversity of experience and knowledge, and by combining them, we have real wealth of information there. And that's the kind of things that we try to use even with the members of the Sutherlin Chamber of Commerce. And look, if we want to talk about some things, come on over. This is the kind of conversations that we can have. It's an added value thing with being a member of the Chamber of Commerce. So we're always looking in the Chamber of Commerce world for a reason for people who want to be a member of that chamber. So this has also been an enhancement to that effort.
Gives you some depth there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I have time for just one last question.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the economy as it is? Where does your Sutherlin community economy sit, and then where do you want to take it during your time in this position?
Well, I don't want to say that we're in a desperate situation, but the Douglas County area has always been known as a timber capital kind of an area, and it still is. Timber is a very important thing. The only problem is that robotics and automation and those kind of things have cut the jobs back quite a bit. Also, the youth tends to leave the area if there aren't ready-made, good-paying jobs.
You kind of have to.
Absolutely. So when they get out of high school, our population of that group drops by about 20% for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. So we have the youth goes away for college and to get married and do those kind of things. So one of the things that I would like to do is to see that we get enough education, experience, or the opportunity for those things in a more localized area so that businesses coming here can be confident that there is somebody there that I can hire, I can train, and they have the capacity and the will to do those kind of things.
Yeah, because that really gets into a vicious cycle. If you don't have that, 20 to 40-year-old age group, an outside business looking in won't come because they won't feel that they have an employee pool.
That's right.
So that's where I think that all that needs to start.
Well, we have the executives that come in and say, that's a beautiful area, nice rivers, I love to fish, I love to hike.
It's wonderful.
Trouble is, I can't find an employee. So we've got to fix that.
Then you have a deal buster.
That's right.
Oh, thank you so much for
It's been
joining
great.
us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley.